now that I know how to have sex, uh, finally learned. So with that said, I want to talk a little bit about body positivity, right? Because you were talking about how for a lot of us it's a vulnerable, situation, no matter who you are, male, female, whatever it may be. Um, I put up a post, this was maybe a couple weeks ago, talking about like just my body. I'm like, I don't like the way my body looks right now. When I look at myself naked in the mirror, I don't like the way that it looks right now, right? And I'm doing something about it, right? Like from a, fitness perspective and eating better perspective, like all that kind of stuff. But I know that there are a lot of us out there that like it's not easy to look at your body and say, I am sexy. I
Mm.
look good. I deserve to have the greatest sex ever. Like all of these things that like yeah, pleasure is our birthright, but we feel like who's gonna have sex with me? Why would anybody do that? And I think because that has partly to do with, what we see on TV and social media, what happens in pornography as well, like kind of like these like um these ideas of what sex should be or what a woman's body should be, what a man's body should be. How does one approach body positivity when it comes to sex?
That's such a great question, isn't it? I mean, this is work. I mean, I could say we should all go to Cuba because that's where I got. There's a lot of all of my body. I can say all of it. That was a huge thing for me. I went to Cuba before they opened up the gates.
Hmm.
Before they opened it up, so there was, had no internet to say, there was no mega, all of that stuff, and so there's always someone for someone. You
Hmm.
know, there's always that. So understanding, we can say we can have all these, understand that there is always someone for someone. It is coming to doing where we're self-pleasuring ourselves. And as we're filling our body with more dopamine, more oxytocin, and feeling pleasure in ourselves, body love, like I get body love is one of my biggest sort of topics that we do in my circles and with clients, is standing in front of the mirror with the Ho'oponopono prayer. I mean, that's the work that I've done. So it's that Hawaiian prayer, I love you, sorry, please forgive me.
Hmm.
Um, and finding, the thing is, I often find that, when we've got something that isn't working for us, we need to go to places where it does work.
Hmm.
The reality, and I know, as I mentioned before, like when my Instagram account got taken down, it's so incredible what's not in my head anymore
Hmm.
because I'm not scrolling. And um it is self-responsibility or self-autonomy and sovereignty of turning away from where the shit doesn't work
Hmm.
and being in the place where it does work. There is always, this belief that we have to be a certain body size to receive love. I
Hmm.
mean, that's what we're fed, so that we purchase products. It's $1 million business.
Hmm.
Um, Self-pleasuring, pleasuring yourself, having all of your own pleasure, being fully what do we call it, in when you're fully in your own pleasure, what makes you feel good. There's always, I know when I first was coming through this, there's always a part of our body that we love.
Hmm.
Like when I used to be really uncomfortable in my body, but I loved my shoulders. My shoulders have always been really great. So I always used to wear these things where I had one shoulder off,
Right.
and every time I'd go past the mirror or when I'd go out, it's like, I feel great because this is one part. Um, Even if you're coming more from a singles point of view, are you? Because one of my cards actually was inspired by one of my clients. It was a male client who went and
Hmm.
did this for his lover. And I would even say, like, we need more community. Even get your
Hmm.
friends and say, can you just tell me what you see in me? Like, get more
Hmm.
affirmations. Because as we know too, like when we're holding on, a lot of weight is inflammation, which is from cortisol. So it's actually all of this stuff of like what you eat, what you don't eat, when you
Hmm.
exercise, when you don't exercise. That is one part of the picture. The other part is this cortisol that,
Hmm.
it's not getting enough sleep. So, and the inflammation of holding on.
Mm-hmm.
When we have more community around us and more of our dearest people that we trust, asking them, you know, what the fuck do you love about my body? What do you love? What do you see? And keep on getting that. And I know that may feel a little bit cheesy, but it's so important.
Right.
Yeah, because we're also wanting someone else's love. So to have someone else's opinion that we trust is so incredible for our nervous system.
Right.
Um, Getting back to this body love, if you are in partnership, and this is for, you know, for those that love men as well, is standing them in front of the mirror and going part. So this thing that my client did for his beloved, you know, he laid out a nightgown on the bed. He left her a message and said, I need you to go and have a shower, and there's a nightgown on the bed. Please go and do that and be ready at this time. And at that time, he walked into the bedroom and he led her over. Like, I could cry. This stuff is so beautiful. Led her to a full-length mirror, and he slowly, you know, they've got 3 children. They're in their 60s now. He slowly undressed her, and bit by bit, he just adored and honored that part of her body,
Mm.
and what he saw in it, because what he sees is not what she sees. We all know that. I always put up, you know, even just recently, a photo came back, like, and I said to my friend, she goes, "Are you fucking serious?" That's it. She goes, "None of us see that, and that's the only
Yeah.
thing you see because it's in my head." And so he undressed her, and, you know, and got down to her bed, said, "This belly has grown our family. 3 human beings
Mm-hmm.
are alive and healthy because of this belly. I love this belly." And over her breasts and over everything, and her thighs. And I think it's important that we all do that, because we are fed these messages. You know, I've traveled so much of the world, and this, when we look at body positively, it's coming out of the West, because now we need to make something that we've damaged. We need to try and fix
Mm-hmm.
something that we fucked up. And yet in community and in traditional cultures, it's not something that gets fucked up.
Right.
You know,
Right.
it's not like, I mean, people get described by the size they are, but not maliciously.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? When I
Mm-hmm.
lived in Paraguay when I was 17, I used to get gorda. Ah, la blanca gorda, la gorda blanca. It's like the fat white one. And
Wow.
it wasn't malicious. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
"Oh, don't call me that." It was fucking real. I went there and I put on 12 kilos in 6
Yeah.
months. Like, that's
Right.
reality. I did. I did.
Right.
My
Right.
clothes don't fit me anymore. It's our culture
Mm.
that's like, "Oh, well, now that means you're not worthy."